we are live. Oh, that's a horrible picture. Just telling everybody that we're live. Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. God damn. Good day. Come in, come in, come in. Really need to say adios to my anxiety, oh my god. Me too. Wonderful. Chugging the water, it is dry in this house. Dry. I'm so dehydrated today. Yes! I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Okay. If you're feeling me. Yes, come in everybody. I'm switching liquids. Oh, goddamn. Do I have a virtual meet and greet Friday? I think I do. But honestly, I don't check my calendar as much as I should. We did get snow. It was actually, I'll show you a funny picture. There was this really scary tree in Central Park, and it was actually a really beautiful day. Look how creepy that tree looks though. It's like a horror film. Love it. So cool. Awesome guys, come in, come in, come in. Yes, we did get snow. It didn't snow last night, but we saw it snowing this morning, but it didn't stick. I think it was a little too warm on the ground. So today I figured what we would do, and again, not a licensed anything. I don't even have my license. I have nothing to show for. I just thought we would just do something to not necessarily focus on, but just to like get back in our bodies and do our best to just, I don't know, acknowledge the small fluffs, the floofy things that kind of circle our brains and we sometimes attach to. You have homework, then go do your homework. This will be available to you after your homework is finished and completed. Get that education. Get it. You can meditate with us now, or actually no, I'm going to give you the responsible answer. Go finish your homework and then you can do this after you're done. But yeah, I just wanted to have a moment where we just kind of get back into our bodies a little bit and controlling our breathing. I thought of this cool, like, I don't know how good you guys are with visuals, if that's helpful for you, but something that I've been trying to do that really just distances myself from a trigger. Because I feel like if I'm in a mood where I feel susceptible to self-sabotage, then I will almost welcome it and be like, I like the pain, I like to suffer, it makes me who I am. It doesn't. So I don't believe in that. So translating Latin, I don't know about that. You can translate Latin. That's very impressive. Right. My light, I don't actually know. This is just the light in the bedroom. I would turn this one on, but it is really ugly. Okay, so let's just jump into this because I want us to have a little bit more time reconnecting with ourselves. So before we start, while you guys get into a comfortable position, maybe I should take this off because there is kind of a glare. Take this down too because it's hurting my head. Get yourself comfortable. I have not changed my outfit once today. Whew. Looks like a witch. That's a good thing. So I think what we should do, while we get into our comfortable positions, I just really want you guys to focus on just what daily weight do you carry What daily pressures do you put on yourself? And I guess what we should try as a collective group tonight to do is to come together within ourselves and acknowledge the things that we, like I said before, welcome in. So I do feel like, for me at least, sometimes I'll be like really trying to have a good day, because, you know, self-positivity is almost like a new feeling to me. It feels foreign. It's almost like my self-sabotage cycle attacks the good feeling and the positivity and the good energy, because I'm not used to it. So let's just take this meditation tonight to remind ourselves how fucking worth it we are. I'm gonna burp. Great. Okay, everyone getting into a comfortable position. Taking some deep breaths in the mouth, Inhaling through an open mouth, almost like you're gasping, and then releasing it through the mouth. You hear my hip pop? Girl, that is pull. Oh my God. Oh, you hear that? Oh my God, I'm just falling apart. Literally, pull wrecks your body. Just trying to feel a little more comfortable in our space. If you are sitting crisscross applesauce and you have right heel under left ankle, then switch so that the left heel is under the right ankle. And we're not going to close our eyes just yet, because I really want us to become aware of our body. It's so important that we... Sorry, what's going on? What is going on? Eva. There, okay. It's really important that we start to really connect everything together. Mind, body, soul, spirit, heart, emotions are inside of our body. Because I feel like if we picture our body as a separate entity, then we feel more inclined to change it and to... Guys, Callum's on here, and not gonna lie, it makes me a little uncomfortable. Just kidding, he's one of my best friends. Can you tell that was a lie? He'll be proud of me for this. Callum's seen me since the very beginning. Like I was saying, if I picture my body outside of myself, like I'm categorizing the things that matter to me, mental, spiritual, emotional, psychological, physical, if I start to like separate those things, and I feel even more inclined to judge them and to make them change and to level them out into standards, unrealistic standards that I think is perfect, but that is a lie that I've taught myself to believe. So just getting into our bodies a little bit. If you're lying down, that would be actually really nice too. Or you can put your back flat against the wall and relax your legs straight out, kind of like Pinocchio, and just relaxing your hands to the side. We're going to keep our palms at all times facing the sky, just so that we're able to give our body and our space right now as much openness as possible. We're inviting this in. Not so much manifestation. I don't know too much about that, even though I should really learn. But just so we can invite those good vibes into this space right now. And whenever you guys are ready, let's just gently close the eyes. That is just so backed up. I know what's going on back there. Just starting to get into your breath and starting to really become in tune with how shallow maybe your breaths have been today. Relaxing the eyelids. Maybe you'll find that they're quivering because your body is telling you not to relax. But we're gonna tell everybody to calm down. Hey, skin, calm down. Muscles, calm down. Brain, calm down. Just for a few minutes. Releasing your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Almost picturing your guardian angel gently poking the middle of in between your eyebrows, whatever tension you're holding there. Almost like we take off of our mental helmet for the day. Really allowing ourselves to feel open and spacious and ready to have an experience that might create a learning opportunity for us. And let's start really gravitating around the word wholeness. Feeling whole with a W, not like a hole. Gross. if you have to stretch out your hands so that your palms feel almost twice as wide as they naturally feel, so we can really invite that into our space. And you know what really bothers me? I hate when people are like, good vibes only. You know what? I don't fucking like that. People who are really there for you are gonna accept you no matter what, and make sure you keep yourself accountable. No one else is gonna keep you accountable but you, baby. Nobody but you. If you're on the floor, really feeling your vertebrae starting to gently sink into the floor around you, almost like the dirt, the ground underneath your body is like sinking sand. All the while, remembering that you are safe. You've taken this moment to reconnect with yourself and to reconnect with what you've been working on yourself. And that is fucking wonderful. If you're sitting against the wall, don't feel like you have to be in a perfect perpendicular angle. It's kind of impossible because we are made of skin and bones and flesh. Just relaxing the back and relaxing the neck so that the back of the head just rests on the wall. We're going to make sure that all of our exhales today are with an open mouth rather than a closed mouth. We do enough closing ourselves off to the world enough, so let's not do that in this moment now. And I just want you to internally greet yourself. Hello, Eva. How are you today? Great. Had a rough start. But I'm here now, and I'm taking one moment at a time, one foot in front of the other. And if that's the best I can do, then I'm doing the best. Really starting to connect with your breath and almost taking into account, where is your breath being sent? Is it feeling trapped in your chest? Are you feeling like it only lives in your belly? Are you feeling like you're having trouble breathing? Are your muscles feel tight? Just becoming aware of your body. For those of you sitting in a crisscross position, balancing on our sits bones, just rocking back just a little bit so that we start to feel that little tiny fire in our lower abs and our belly, so we can maintain a straight spine and reconnect with our higher self. Beautiful, you guys. And we're going to breathe in through our nose and count to 7, and then exhale and count down from 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Holding and exhaling through the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice. Just do a few of those breaths by yourself in your own time. Inhaling to 7. And exhaling out of the mouth. Noticing how the inhale might be faster just proves how little we take time for ourselves. I know that's crazy, but it really does feel like that. All of the quivering, all of the quickness is just the tension leaving your body, the tightness leaving your body. As humans, we all want to feel like we live in our space, no matter where we are, to our fullest potential. Another few more breaths here. And maybe if you want to challenge yourself on the exhale, at the very end of your exhale, almost feeling like you are almost doing a mini crunch in your lower abs. You feel that tightness in your lower belly. Letting that muscle expand and contract. this space, on the edge of consciousness and falling into the subconscious, looking over the edge. It's scary because you can't really see where the ground is. But like I have been repeating over these past few meditations, is that we really have to remember that we have wings. Not butterfly wings, not bird wings, but massive angel wings. Just remind yourself what that feels like to have those beautiful wings attached to each part of your back. The right wing, how it expands. The left wing, how far that expands. And just feeling centered and grounded through your spine. So that holding those wings up, ready to fly, gives you a different sense of physicality in your body. It almost rolls the shoulders back naturally and allows your chest, your heart to be exposed, which is scary, but essential. See what that feels like to breathe now, in through the nose and out through the mouth, now that your chest is ready. Your heart's being exposed to the sky, to the sun, to the space around you. See how different it feels to breathe. It's almost like it's easier. It becomes more fulfilling. It becomes almost like a gift. Almost stretching the skin and the muscles in your chest. This openness, this feeling of invitation is always accessible to you. So in moments where you might forget who you are, just think back to this moment of how it feels to have these wings supporting you, and encouraging you to take flight. And even though you might be scared, to know that you are always supported by yourself. This feeling of self-support and self-sufficiency and self-worth is always accessible to you. Now we're circling back to the word whole, feeling whole. And there might be other words that are floating in your mind that are synonyms to you: oneness, complete, human, advanced, being, whole. What does that feel like to you in your body? Making sure that you're continuing to breathe, letting your breath almost guide your thoughts, supporting your thoughts, challenging your thoughts. Beautiful, you guys. And in this moment now, as you sit or lie down, as you strengthen this connection with your higher self, checking in with your body, checking in with your state of mind, state of well-being. Maybe you're experiencing physical pain or mental pain. A lot of the times, mental distress can make itself known in physical pain. Stomach aches, headaches, muscle spasms, crying very easily, being irrational, being angry. All of these surface reactions are just that, surface reactions. So have a moment of kindness to yourself. And remember that even if you have a rough start to the day, where you're short with the people you love, or you realize that you fell back a little bit into an old pattern, that ain't you anymore. Let that slide away. Humans are allowed to make mistakes. And like the wise people say, if you're trying to make no mistakes, you're in the wrong species. All of that noise, all of those questions that I like to just call floofs. Remember, you have a choice to gather those and bring them into your space. Because a lot of the time, self-positivity is a new and foreign feeling to us. At least experiencing it consistently is. Maybe it's a good sign because it means that your own power scares you, as it should. But then remember, you have that power in the first place to make a change where it matters, and that starts with you, because you are the constant in your story. This is self-compassion. Meeting yourself where you are truly and helping yourself continue in a way that you feel supported by you alone in every category. In every category. Checking in with yourself like this is such a good workout for your spirit. And I will say this, and this will be challenging to hear for everyone, including myself. When we choose to lead with just the mental side, just the brain, we are almost inviting our inner judge, an inner critic, an inner victim to steer this ship. We can't just lead with the head. Think about it. If you lead with the head and run straight into a wall, guess what? It's gonna fucking hurt. How will you reconnect with experiencing wholeness? Because you cannot leave a part of you behind. If you are the constant, if you are the main character, then you can't leave the heart behind. You can't leave the spiritual side behind. You can't leave your body behind. All of these parts of yourself need each other. And when they coexist, it gives you that sense of wholeness, that strength. It gives you that stronger backbone to be able to support these massive wings connected to your body. And you might not believe you have wings, but you do. You just might have bound them in a moment of weakness. And that's okay. Just unbind them and remember who the fuck you are. Maybe you're like me and you've never really felt worthy of your situations that you've been put in or the people in your life. Now's the time, baby, to level up. You were holding on to beliefs that came into your life ages ago. The rest of you has developed. So to continue feeling whole, which you never are less than. Very important reminder. It's the opposite. Your brain needs to catch up. Your brain needs to catch up. You have the choice. You don't need to hold that lie anymore that you're not worthy or you're less than. And that's the scary part. We made that lie, that belief that we tell ourselves every day, we're not good enough, we're this, we're that. We made that the constant. And now you're probably thinking, man, in situations where I could have chosen self-compassion, I chose the one thing that took that away from me. And that's okay. You're allowed to make mistakes. You're allowed to fall back into old patterns. But like your guardian angel would be there for you, you got to keep yourself accountable and have these moments of checking in with yourself and reminding yourself, yeah, we did that. But we know that's not for us anymore. I know that's not for me anymore. Your brain needs to catch up with your heart, with all the other parts of you. Our brains work so fast, but they go in the wrong direction sometimes, going 100 miles per hour. That is human nature. That's how the human brain works. So I guess our challenge today in our moment of reconnection would be to not be scared of the power that we actually have when we allow ourselves to experience being whole. You feel the blood rushing through your body. You have this beautiful body that supports you and supports your decisions and supports your breath and supports your cells. You have these set of wings that will take you anywhere you want to go, even take you from your rock bottom. They go with you. You have a brain that works so quickly, that is sharp, that holds memories, that learns lessons, that takes risks. You have a heart that's beating for you and you alone, that supports your growth, that allows you to love deeply and feel passionately. And you have your spirit that, almost like a projector, you can create spaces of energy and wholeness and connection and reaction and action and color. And you have this body that heals itself for you, that tells you when it's hungry, tells you when it's tired, tells you when it needs a hug, tells you when it needs alone time, tells you when to stop, tells you when to go, let's go. And the constant, the center of that, the equation equals you. You can underestimate your power all you want, but the fact is, you're wrong. Don't be afraid of the power you hold when you experience wholeness. It has nothing to do with what you're going to achieve with that, what you're going to make with that, who you're going to impress with that. It's how are you going to live like that? Oh, are you going to let yourself live like that? A lot of questions, a lot of power swirling around that beautiful body. These things are constant. Those wings are always going to be there to support you. When you're ready, just taking a nice deep inhale through an open mouth and exhaling through an open mouth. Nice. 2 more times. Inhaling with an open mouth and out of your mouth. Last time in through your nose and out your mouth. Beautiful. Just allow yourself to just sit with yourself. Let yourself feel big. Let yourself feel legendary and epic, because you are. If there's anything you can take away from today's meditation, it's that you are nothing short of extraordinary. Even if you want to tell yourself the opposite, or well, I'm this, I'm that, that is a fucking fact. I want you to become aware now of your palms. Gently just opening your fingers a little bit so that your palms now are ready to receive. And when I toll my singing bowl, I want you to almost feel like whatever sound, whatever tone comes out of the singing bowl, goes into your 2 palms, almost like a auditory reminder that you are extraordinary. That if you forgot who you were, here's your reminder. Eyes closed, palms nice and open, ready to receive. You are the constant. You are the main character. when you're ready to experience life, after pausing it for a second, with this in mind, gently start bringing awareness back to your body, back to your hands, back to your ankles if you want to wiggle the toes. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Whenever you're ready, don't rush. Beautiful, you guys. Nice, nice, nice. Sometimes so just like we just don't allow ourselves to, that's not true, I won't say that. I think sometimes we want to allow ourselves to experience wholeness, but we just have believed for so long that we deserve so much less. I'm so sorry, I know. I banged the shit out of the singing bowl. I'm so sorry. When I come back after meditation, I'm also upset because I'm so at peace when I'm meditating. Any advice? What would I say to that? When I come back after meditation, like come back into like life, I understand that because, you know, it's kind of like what I was saying before. You know, we don't really, how do I say this? I'm trying to make it sound like not stuffed with stuff. I feel like we really don't allow ourselves to experience as much joy in our life sometimes. Not joy, but like remembering who we are in a sense that like we're good, we're protected. So when we give ourselves that moment of like, oh my God, I'm here, and it's just such a rush of emotion, and then we go back into the real world, like that's a huge change. It's a huge change, you know. Like I was saying before, sometimes self-positivity is such a new thing for people, including me sometimes, and I'm just like, what is this? Damn, what is this? Peace? What the fuck is this? So we have to, I guess I would say my advice to you would, or my whatever to you would just, I would just say, sit with yourself very awake and really go over your daily routine, your daily structure, and I mean, be a critic and note, how am I really allowing myself to go through my day? And are there things that I'm rushing? Are there lessons I'm trying to force on my body? Is there something that I've been holding on to that I really need to release? These are important questions. These are questions that I had to ask myself in the beginning of the pandemic, and it wrecked me for months. Wrecked me. Are there parts of myself that I'm hiding, and why? Am I really doing things in my day that make me happy, or am I doing what I'm expected to do? You know, even something as simple as taking a shower in the morning or at night, or taking a bath, or having a coffee before you eat anything, or like what are you putting in your body, or like needing to exercise twice a day because it makes you feel good, or because you feel like you have to because you're still holding on to an unrealistic body expectation. There are so many questions to ask yourself, but I would start with the first two, which is how are you going about your day? And are there things that you're rushing and things you're holding on to? Very important, I think. Sometimes randomly something will come up and you'll be like, oh my God, I'm still traumatized by this. And it's scary. But, you know, we have to accept that we're going to change and grow into the most incredible thing. And the incredible thing will just be, you know, our life in one. Like, I never want to think that when I was 17 and very silly and didn't know much about the world, I don't want to think that I'm like better than her. I've grown a lot since her, but do you know what I mean? I don't know if it's making sense. not in this Chili's tonight. I mean, aren't we all kind of, I mean, it's still in our fucking faces every day. Unrealistic body expectations. It's everywhere. Exactly. Alex G said, "Oh, and also no judgment about how you're spending your day. Just being is enough." There is so much crap that's going on around us. That's why I think it's important to ask, am I forcing myself to do something that my body is like, I can't do this? That's fine. This is unprecedented times for us. We can't just wake up and expect ourselves to do hard shadow trauma recovery. That's just too much. It's too, unless you're uniquely ready and wanting to go and dive into that, you don't need to every day. That honestly to me sounds like I'm already tired just thinking about it. Exactly. Be proud of yourself for getting up in the morning and even washing your face or taking a shower or having water. That's why I like thinking, like, if I feel like I have nothing and I'm worth nothing in moments in this pandemic, which happens a lot, where I'm just like, I don't have a fucking job, I don't know, I don't have anything, blah, 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 I'm so, like, stressed, who am I, I'm a piece of crap. That's constant for me in my head. There are ways to make magic for yourself in that moment. I don't mean brujita magic. I mean, literally, having a glass of water and just sitting there and just feeling it go in your body. Or sitting on the couch and putting on all these layers and watching something that makes you genuinely happy. Things like that are ways that you can create magic for yourself. And that's another way of self-compassion. That's why I don't think that self-care is just face masks and like making yourself a nice little tea and like, I mean, that's part of it. But there's also reflection and really connecting with yourself, like visualizing, like seeing your higher self in front of you and saying, hey, are we good? Honestly, it's just, you have to, whatever works for you, but remember that you have choices for yourself. I'm not speaking clear today. You have always the option to be there for yourself. Bitch is dry. Sometimes when I'm like, I don't have anything, and then I realize I have myself, I'm like, I forgot who the fuck I was. And I'm not even talking about like feeling confident and like, I'm just talking about, oh, I got me, okay. I got me. So that's good. Self-compassion is always an option. These things are constant. Self-compassion, strength, self-reflection, your higher self, your wings, things that make you feel powerful are always a constant. They never go away. Sometimes we lock them away because we're like, I want to suffer. That's why I'm saying it's always an option. Yeah, honestly, everyone around me seems to have fucking jobs and they're like, I'm on Zoom every day, all day. And I'm like, am I doing something wrong because I'm not on Zoom every day? So silly. But to be honest, I'm almost trying to forget the word productive because I do not have a good idea of what that word means right now. So I'm not even going to try to stress myself out with like trying to be productive. But that's nice for films. I'm actually very good. I had a rough start this morning. I won't even say that. I had a very lethargic start this morning of just like waking up to Trump's second impeachment. And I was like, is this Groundhog Day? I just felt so like, bleh. But got back on the horse. You know what? No, I was never off the horse. Just fell asleep at the horse. Julie, I'm so sorry. Jeez. I'm so sorry to hear about that. I'm glad you feel safe here because that's literally the goal of these, is to feel safe. I don't feel safe a lot of the times, but these are moments where I do. So thank you guys. Yeah, how am I showing up for myself today? That's fucking great. How am I showing up for myself today? Rather than being productive? Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? It just goes to show how much we do for other people. Literally, how much we do for other people is beyond me. Because if I were to be like, I was productive today, like, who the fuck am I trying to impress? Honestly, even in times that are normal, like, who am I trying to impress? It's just, oh my God. What is the time difference there? I'm so sorry. It must be... Did I keep you up? I'm just looking at the world clock. Why do I have all these cities on my world clock? It's so funny. Oh, it's not bad. It's in the morning. I hope you went to bed, though. Self-reflection, you guys. Like I was saying before, not have to, it's just like, ugh. It's so important for us to remember that when we move as a whole, when we move as an entity, it's like there's so much power and strength in that. And then when I feel weak, when I feel like I am worthless, I realize that I left part of myself behind. I'm trying to run and think and use my brain, and everything else falls behind. And it's like, no, I gotta sit, reconnect, grab everything back together, and then we can continue on. I'm glad that the pandemic happened because I started meditating. That's wonderful, Morgan Lockhart. That's fucking great. I, for one, am with you there. I thought I knew what self-care was, and I was doing the best I could with the tools I had and the knowledge I had, but it wasn't until this pandemic where I was like, man, I have some deep stuff I gotta dive into. It's like diving to deep waters, knowing you're not gonna take a breath for a long time, and going, I have to do this work. That's how it worked for me. But wait a second, what? Orca, that's great, congratulations. Who is my higher self? What does she look like? I have a hard time identifying her. Sometimes it's not even like a visual. I see a visual because I've been trying to find her, and I just realized if I gave her something that I thought was fierce, that I think is fierce in me, and I just projected that, that is my higher self. But I feel like your higher self is just the energy that you need to almost connect to have this effect. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's going to be like, look, I'm going to read you. Like my higher self was like, I'm reading you right now because you know that you're choosing these things to hurt yourself. So just know that I see you. And it's so nice sometimes to be like, oh, you right. We're not going to do that anymore. Or thank you. Now I'm aware. It just gives you that support. I think that's a good, like, you know, almost like a puppet. I feel like I don't know if we're just going. I don't want to go into crash, but I don't know how to slow down, ease that crash. It does kind of feel like that. I will say, and this is going to sound horrible, sometimes we need to crash because we've left something behind. Kind of like what I was saying. If I feel like I'm about to have a breakdown, I'm holding things and I'm about to boil over, I'm about to explode with emotion, I'm angry, I'm so mad, I'm just feeling so overwhelmed, then honestly, I realize that I've left parts of me behind. I've cut myself up in parts and left my emotion, my spirituality, my heart behind, and I'm leading with things that by themselves might not have what I'm looking for and who I'm trying to be. So I would say sometimes a crash is helpful. It's hurtful, but it's helpful. Hurtful, helpful. Sometimes they always go hand in hand. That is a huge lesson I've learned in my life. If it's hurtful, it's gonna be helpful too. I feel like in life there really are no dead ends, unless the only dead ends that I think are in life are continuous cycles. Like, I know this room's gonna hurt me, but I'm gonna stay in here. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah. Orca, seriously, that's freaking wonderful news. I'm so proud of you. I hope you celebrated or will celebrate. We had a mini celebration last night. Had a bottle of champagne. It was pretty nice. It's nice to celebrate some stuff. Last week I just totally broke down and whined to a friend and felt so much better after. But sometimes it's about release too. Like, you know, when you experience wholeness, you're able to see all your inventory. That's a really good way to realize that. It's like, like now I can see it all. Yes, Cassie, yes, what is this teaching me rather than why is this happening to me? Yes, hurtful, helpful. Not saying like everything that like hurts you, like you should hurt yourself to help yourself. That's not what I'm trying to say. Also remember, we survived your crash. That's true. You are here now. You have made it thus far, and you are not less than. You are so much greater than what your brain alone is able to comprehend. That's why we need wholeness to meet us where we are. When we experience wholeness, I feel like we are then not even looking like this to our higher self. We're looking like this, or like in the mirror, like, hey baby. Our growing, in my opinion, never stops. Even if it's millimeter by millimeter, it never stops. So when we think of it like that, and we realize that we have no roof, we have no boundary, fuck, bitch, like, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Yes, Cass, yes. Moving from this with a more natural person, yeah. Crying is a good release. I feel like I cry a lot, and I feel like it helps because I feel like I've let go of it, so I have the space now to put something in where, you know, it's a give and take. How do you find the continual energy to put this piece back together? I just feel so constantly exhausted. It is exhausting. Look, life's like this. It is. I mean, it's not like going just this way. It goes like this. But there's always going to be a rock bottom where you go, where am I? I thought it was fun because I thought, like, a few years ago, I said, what if my rock bottom is just a crystal palace? And then I thought rock bottoms are there to remind you of where you have the capability to go. It's not, see, you made a rock bottom, you're a piece of look. I honestly think it's, you're at rock bottom. Okay, so now that you're here, we obviously did things that made the body and the head feel a little sick and not happy. So what do we need to do? It's not an intervention. It's a reinvention of how you're going to structure your being, honestly. I felt like that, Maddie. I felt like that a lot. But if I picture it, rather than rock bottom's here, and I have all of this to go, this makes me feel like I'm stuck, and I don't really want to go all the way up there. It's too much work. If I picture it like individual rooms on the same plane, that's what I'm saying. Recalculate your mental imagery. If I think of, like, this door is rock bottom, and this door is something else, I don't know, like, for some reason, it's like singing, you know? It's like, I don't want to see the notes, because if I see the notes way higher than the other note, I'm going to get scared and it's not going to come out right. Whatever. Crying comes naturally to different people. It's not something that's like, if you don't cry, like, I know people in my life that I love very much that I've only seen tear up, you know? So everyone's different, and that's just so lovely. Leveling up is not like, maybe I should re-explain, because I don't want it to ever feel like I'm like, get better, we're getting higher. It's a continuous journey, and there's no plane to that. There are no planes, there are no levels. When I mean level up, I mean shedding an old skin and continuing the journey forward, if that makes sense. I mean, that makes me feel a lot stronger. Yeah, Aaron, I did, yeah, same. Cried more in 2020 than the other year. Blessing and a curse simultaneously. When you think about movies where like a bruja casts a curse, and there's always something that the protagonist and the antagonist end up learning in the end. It's so interesting. I feel like I'm wasting a minute of my life trying to achieve my mother's dreams. This is my escape. Girl, it's hard because we get so emotionally attached to people in our lives that we sometimes become so, like, we depend on their constant feed. And I feel like, you know, the wholeness thing, it's all in me. Like, I'm not making the wholeness thing like my house or my job or anything. It's literally just me as I am. And if I realize that, like, oh, like, why do I feel this whenever this person comes here, or I have to feel the need to impress this person, it's because maybe I've left a piece of myself with them. Like, I've left it behind. It's hard. I'm not saying it's not hard. It's freaking ridiculous. Yeah, the high note thing is crazy, because especially with me, because, like, after my vocal injury in Hadestown and them not giving me a break, I have so much trauma still from that, like, psychological trauma. Like, if I hear a note and I know it's in my bridge now, where my bridge is now, I'll be like, I'm not singing that. So it's hard. But you guys, this has almost been an hour, and I'm so sorry. I did not mean it for it to go this long. But I feel like we should do one of these cards before we go. Maybe? Honestly, I don't even like singing anymore when it comes to like musical theater. I just sing what I want to sing around the house. I pole dance. I'm just trying to live my life. Okay. Who wants to get their card read? Who wants to get their card read? Who wants a card reading? This is not tarot. I can't read tarot cards. Anybody? Anybody? We'll just do one today because we did two last time. Julia, let's do Julia. We haven't done Julia yet. Okay. All right, Julia. Oh, wait. Okay, Julia, tell me when. This delay is so funny. Oh, stop. Okay, this one here. How can you create more balance in all aspects of your life? How can you create more balance in all aspects of your life? Oh wait, not in all. Yeah, in all aspects of your life. And there's a yin and yang. Wow. How can you create more balance in all aspects of your life? Kind of crazy because we were talking about wholeness today. Wholeness. Crazy. So I'll put this one up when I publish this to the page. Crazy. That's actually a very good one. I agree with that. You guys, thank you so much for joining in. What time is it? See, this to me is like when people start working. So I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. That card was for everybody. I picked it for Julia, but we can all use that card. But thank you guys so much for joining. I will see you again next Tuesday at 8. Please, everybody, have a wonderful week. And be safe. Please be safe and be kind. And love you guys. All right. See you soon.